to the Midwest Stitches podcast. My name is Danielle, and this is going to be a podcast all about my knitting, crocheting, whatever other crafty things that I might do or want to talk about on this channel. This is my very first podcast episode, so let's jump right in with works in progress. I went a little cast on crazy at the beginning of the Spooky Socks make along for 2021, which is hosted by Moonglow Yarn Co., Nitty Natty, and the Crazy Sock Lady, as well as the Spooky Season Stitch Along or Spooky Season SAL, which is hosted by my friend Lauren. Hi, Lauren, from Granite State Yarns, and Allison M. Clark, as well as Teeny Button Yarns, I believe. So I have a lot of sock whips for this month. So I don't think I'll get them all done, or at least the pairs anyway, but I was a little, as you can see back there, there's all my bags. I was a little overly ambitious, so we'll see what I get done. If I don't get them all done, it's not a huge deal. I'll just keep working on them, and I'm just having fun for right now with all of this, so I'm enjoying my knitting. The first one is in a bag made by me. Let me turn that around. There's my tag, Midwest Stitches. I'm project bag maker and a few other things here and there thrown in the shop. MidwestStitches.com if you're interested in looking at what I have up there to offer. So my first work in progress is, this is Granite State Yarns. Her leaf, ooh, that's getting blown out. Her leaf peep and colorway on her DK sock base. And here she is. I'm using double pointed needles, and I believe this is it's a 2.75 millimeter. I'm using the Crazy Sock Lady's DK Vanilla Sock pattern, following it exactly. And as you can see, I've made it past the heel flap and gusset decreases, and I'm on the foot right now. And I finished the heel flap and gusset last night and the decreases, so that was exciting. It went really quick. So far I'm liking DK socks. I understand why other people enjoy it. And I have it, here's it caked up. It's very beautiful fall colors. I'm loving it. And I have it in my Me Made Yarn Cozy from the summer. If you're interested in those, I have some in my shop. I'll have more periodically as I release those. So super soft fabric, keeps all the yarn in so you don't wind up with a big knotty yarn mess. So there's that one. And let's see. My next one is in another Me Made bag. I have all of these are in Me Made bags except for one of them. This is one of the first bags I made. It's a two-toned fabric. I haven't made very many like this. If it's something you guys are interested in that you'd want to see more of, just leave a comment down below or let me know on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at midwest.stitches. So this one, I'm using the Pumpkins and Wool Halloween Party mini kit. It is a 5 mini skeins. They are 20 grams each. And she put out a bunch of these a while back. And so I got some Christmas ones, I got some fall ones, this Halloween one. And here's the yarn. We've got a pumpkin neon orange, a kind of gray blackish color, just a plain white, and then a neon purple color, and then this neon green. So very fun, very bright Halloween colors. And so far, I've decided to do sort of matching socks, but not really. I'll show it to you. So here is the first one I started. This is on Magic Loop, 2.25 millimeters. And so far I did a couple rounds of white for the cuff and then went into the purple, and then I'm striping one row stripes for the green and the purple, and then the second sock will be the orange and grayish black in the same kind of color scheme, except I'm not really loving the white cuff, so I don't think I'm gonna do that again, but I think I might just do the heel in the white because I wanted to incorporate all 5 colors. So we'll see how that one goes when I get to the heel, and probably the toe too, because I can't see striping in the 1 row stripes for the toe. That might get a little complicated, but maybe I'll do the cuff because I did the cuff in the purple, so maybe I'll do the toe in the purple and then the heel in the white, and then do kind of the same color scheme for the other one. So there's that. Then I have this other one. This is actually a sock blank, and I'm holding it in this bag I made about 1.5 years ago. It's supposed to be a makeup bag, a makeup travel bag. I got the tutorial on YouTube to make it, and these handles are actually supposed to be sewn up the side. This one I messed up, but I still love it. And I was thinking of making some of these for the shop if anybody likes this kind of style. This is a perfect size for socks. You could even put 2 skeins in here. You could do like a 2 at a time or a 2 skein project. And it's kind of the perfect size for that. It's deep, it's boxed. So I'm using a Gale's Art single knit sock blank. There's her tag. Ooh, focus. Getting a little blown out with the light. And it's her pumpkin patch sock blank. And it is so, so pretty. Here's just a little piece of it. As you can see right there, the pumpkin on it. And all the cool purple, green, kind of red colors, obviously very fall. And here's what I've gotten done so far. I've gotten past the cuff and I think about 10 or so rounds into the leg. And this little sock blocker progress keeper is from the Crazy Sock Ladies shop, made by Monster Knits. It's so, so cute. I love that. So there's that. Again, 2.25 millimeter needles, and all the ones that I'm doing 2x2 rib. So I like that look a lot better than a 1x1 rib. That's just kind of my personal preference. So there's that one. And then I have another sock blank by Gale's Art. This is the I Want My Mummy sock blank, and this has got Stellina in it. And these are all 75-25. And that's what it looks like. Very pretty colors. And this is what I've gotten, let's see, 3 rows, or no, yeah, 3 rows past the cuff so far on this one. There's that. So far it's working up really nicely. I'm loving the colors so far. We'll see how it gets when the black, I get to the black mummy part. I'm curious how that's gonna look on here. So there's that one. And this is also in a Me Made bag. This is my watercolor pumpkins bag. I do have a few of these left in my shop, and I think medium and small. But yeah, I love this one. This fabric was so cute. Okay, let's see. My next one, I am using a sock set from a Yarn to Die for Designs. There's her label. And this is called Perfectly Spiced Pumpkin. It's a 50-gram skein and with a 20-gram coordinating mini. And this is the 50-gram. So it's kind of this brown, orange color, which I love. I think it's going to work up really pretty. And it comes with this kind of gray, chocolate brown mini. And I'm actually not doing socks for this. I didn't want to do shorty socks, so I decided I wanted some fingerless gloves. I wanted to try, because I want fingerless gloves with the you know, the cutoff tips for the fingers. So instead of doing fingerless mittens, those just don't really appeal to me. So for this one, I started it. Here's the cuff of the first one. I started it, and then I did 1 round so far with the 50 gram. And for this one, I'm actually going to try out a pattern. I bought the Craft Nut, I think that's her name. The Craft Nut, she just released her first pattern. It is called the Twisted Spiral Staircase pattern. And it's a really beautiful slip stitch, simple slip stitch pattern. And I thought it would look really nice on fingerless gloves. So I haven't yet gotten to the pattern, obviously. The pattern part, it's on the next round that I'll start it. So once I pick these back up, hopefully next episode I'll have some progress on that to show the patterning. And if you haven't seen that, go over and grab it. It's really, really pretty. I'm definitely going to try it in socks too, because it's a pattern sock, but it's very simple, but it creates a beautiful patterned effect without having to think too much or really keep track. So I'm looking forward to that. And this is in another one of those makeup bags that I made, and see how the handles are sewn there. So this one I just made out of some fat quarters. If you know anything about sewing, you'll know what that means. So yeah, if you want to see those in the shop in the future, I might be willing to make some of those, because this is a great kind of scrap buster with coordinating fabrics. I could make some, and these are just kind of fun, and they could double. You could use them for sock whips, or you could use them as makeup bags, or whatever you wanted. And the handle is big enough, because I have kind of big hands and arms, that you can put them in here, and this would be perfect for walking and knitting or whatever. So really love those. And then I do have one more sock whip. Ooh, I kind of showed it there. This is actually by a yarn I got from Ritz Fiber. There's her tag. And it is her platinum sock. It's a 75-25, which I kind of prefer that thin yarn. I have some thicker, like 80-20, 85-15, but I can see how the 75-25 is a favorite of people's. So I'm just doing vanilla sock on most of these. Obviously this one's still vanilla too, but it is working up so beautifully. Oh my gosh, I love those colors so much. I just think it's going to be beautiful. To me, these are it's called Halloween Town, but to me, these are Hocus Pocus colors. They're obviously still Halloween, but to me, it's very Hocus Pocus looking. And that's my favorite Halloween movie. So working those up, and I'm using, most of those I'm using Chowgu, or obviously the one with the double pointed needles, but these are actually Addy Rocket Squared 2 needles, I think is what they're called. And so far, I'm actually really liking these. I hadn't used these that much, and I wasn't sure if I was going to like them, but they have kind of a more blunt tip. If you can see that, it's not going to focus. But it has more of a blunt tip than, say, the Chowgus, but it's like the Chowgus aren't really like super sharp, but these are obviously blunter than that. But they still glide in your yarn, and the needles themselves are slick enough, but grabby enough, if that makes sense, to hold on to your stitches without them like sliding off and worrying about dropping them. Because they have these little, this texture on here that kind of holds them in place until you slip them off. So, and so far I haven't had too much trouble with the cord. I did when I first got it. It was really kinked up, and then let's see if I can point to it. This right here is where all my frills crochet hooks are. And so I just draped it around the cord and the needle. I just draped it around there and just kind of laid it there for the past couple months, and just let it, the kinkiness straighten out. And it actually worked really good. So I haven't had it like coil back up on me since I started using it for this sock. So if you have trouble with your cords, maybe try that. I know people will boil it in water and, you know, dip the cord in there, and that's supposed to take it out. And I did try that with these, and it didn't work very well. So maybe it's just the particular Addy cord versus some other company's cords, but yeah, you can try that trick. So then I feel like I'm talking a million miles an hour. I already recorded this podcast once a few days ago, and it was way too long. So, re-recording. So this next sock whip, I've had this yarn for about a year now, and I wanted to use all 3 skeins together instead of making 3 different sets of socks because if you can see right in here, hopefully you can, these are a Hocus Pocus set from Lofty Loops yarn. And I wanted to make something that incorporated all the colors together. So here is, this is her Sarah Sanderson color, Lofty Loops. So that's one of them. And then this is Mary, the Mary Sanderson colorway. And these all have Stellina in them. And then this is Winifred, which is my favorite out of the 3 because I love purple and green together. I just think they look so beautiful together. So I decided, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to make with this. And I'd just been sitting and I'm like, I want to make something with it together. So I found this basic shawl pattern on YouTube, just a basic triangle shawl. And I just decided to go for it. I was like, I'm going to cast it on and that's what I'm going to make with it. And we'll see how it turns out and go from there. So this is what I have so far. It's just a little baby shawl. As you can see, obviously I started with the Winifred one, like I said, and this will be the top part. So it'll be all the big top part of the triangle and it'll come down to a point. And then I'm going to work in this one next because it kind of matches with the purple. It's like a kind of a gradient effect, I guess. And then this one will be after that for the bottom. So they all kind of flow together. That's what I was shooting for. So yeah, like I said, there's that. I love it so far, even though it's teeny tiny. So, and I'm using a 40-inch ChowGoo 2.5 millimeter for this. The pattern on YouTube called it for worsted weight yarn, but it did call for the 40-inch to hold all of the stitches. So I just decided to use it, obviously a much smaller needle, thinner yarn, and we'll see how it turns out and how big it gets. So I'm not worried if it doesn't get to be like a huge shawl or anything. I'm just more making it to wear around the house and just have this pretty shawl that I made. So there's that. And I have this in the first window bag I ever made. I made this about a year ago. So this beautiful blue bird fabric. And I do have some of this left. So if anybody's interested in bags in this fabric, whether it's drawstring, zipper, or even window, I was thinking of adding some window bags every once in a while to my shop. If you guys like those, let me know. So, but yeah, these are just fun because, you know, I mean, who doesn't like a see-through bag? So there's that one. And then I actually have one more sort of work in progress. I posted about this on Instagram, and at first I was loving it. It's this spiral, if you can see that, it's a spirally sock pattern, and I was working this from the toe up, and I wasn't loving it. I don't love to purl, especially this much, because the whole sock is just a big spiral twisted rib, basically. And so I took out the needles. I'm going to rip it out. There's the yarn all caked up, and I'm just going to use it and maybe make like a regular heel flap and gusset sock. So there's that, in case you wanted an update on that. And then this project is in a bag from Sandy by the Lakeside, one of her bunny bags, which I love so much. It's in this stripy denim with a polka dot interior fabric, which is so cute too. And if you've never seen one of her bunny bags, it looks like this. Hopefully you can see that. And then you just tie the handles. There's no hardware, no zippers, no drawstrings, and it folds down. When you use it, it's kind of like a bucket. So you fold down and it looks like that. So it's really fun and it's compact, but it fits a lot. So if you can see that, there's a lot of room in there. So sneak peek, there's my yarn. So this is, it's kind of getting blown out, but here's the color. This is from Expression Fiber Arts. It's her Cash Silk Sock Base. And I got this about a year or two ago. And it's cashmere, superwash merino, and nylon. So it's really, really soft. And I love the colors. I just thought these are so fall. And I knew I wanted to make a cowl out of this when I first bought it. it took me a long time to cast it on. So here's the project that I cast on. I am making the round and round cowl, if you can see that pattern. This is by Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady. And so far, I just love the pattern on this. I think with the yarn, it just looks so neat. And I do have plans to make more of these cowls. I have some skeins of yarn on this wall. You can't really see it. Let me turn that. There's my yarn wall. My pegboard yarn wall. Let's fix that. Yeah, I have some yarn up there that I think will make beautiful round and round cowls. So I'm loving the pattern so far. And this is actually like a year-long whip. I started this last October, and at first I knitted up and it was just plain ribbing on the bottom, plain stockinette, and I didn't love it. And so I saw her pattern and I decided to go for it, even though I'd never really done much patterning before because knitting is still relatively new to me. But I'm adventurous. I figure you can just rip it out if you don't like it. So, and I had this little, I've had this on there for a year, this little Me Made Progress Keeper, a little jack-o'-lantern with a cat on it. It won't focus. Oh, there you can kind of see it. So I thought that was really cute. And these knit stoppers, they're foam. I got them from Amazon. It was like a big 50 pack, I think, and it was like 10 bucks. So these I love so much, especially if you're working on some sort of big project on a circular needle and you don't want the stuff to fall out in the bag. So there's that. And then my last work in progress doesn't have a lot of progress. So this is in my I Love Knitting bag that's in my shop right now, and I do have all 3 sizes available. Mine is a little bit different than what you'll see in the shop because I used this ruler tape twill for my drawstrings. I just didn't have enough for all the bags in the shop, so I didn't put it on there. So this, I'm using Knit Pick Stroll fingering in the dandelion and just their black colorway. So this yellow and just their normal, just their regular black. And I started a hat, if you can see that. Oh gosh. I'm like 3 rounds in. I think I cast on, I got 2 rounds of ribbing done. My friend's husband asked me to make him a stocking cap because, and yellow and blacks because he's an Iowa Hawkeyes fan. So I bought the yarn and I started that, and my plan is to do black ribbing, do a yellow section, black, and so on and so forth. And when I'm done, I'm going to use whatever, I think it'd be a black on the yellow, do duplicate stitch and put Hawkeyes in there. So that's kind of the plan. I don't think that one will be done anytime soon because I really, if anybody else feels this way, I don't like knitting with black yarn, especially right now because I'm in the ribbing. It's hard for me to see, and even though I have a neck light, it's kind of like, you know. So there's that, and that's all my works in progress. I do have a half-finished object from recently. If you can see, I finished this sock, and I did the heel toe do-si-do pattern, which is another one by Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady. And I did these toe up using, I think, 2.25 millimeter needles as well. And this is the yarn from Joann's. It's Big Twist Graphics. Not good sock yarn. Because it doesn't, it's just not good sock yarn. It's fingering weight, but it doesn't have a lot of structure, more or less. But this one was kind of, I've been like in an experimental sock phase trying to figure out, you know, heels and toe up or cuff down or whatever. And so this one I tried out the Cat's Sweet Tomato heel, which is just 3 wedges with 2 rounds in between. It was a really fun pattern, but if you can see, I had a hard time like right here with some of the stitch things that you had to do. So maybe it was just the yarn, I don't know. And the cuff is really, really loose. So I don't love that. The ones that I'm working now, they're obviously cuffed down. And so far I'm liking them a lot better because you can, you know, if you look at the ones that I did before, the edges are much neater for the cuffs. So I don't know if it was the way I'm binding off or my tension was just looser as I moved up, or it's just the yarn is crappy for socks. So But it's pretty, it is a very pretty yarn. So I have a lot of that left, a lot of this yellow and gray color left. And then I got a little overly excited when I saw that yarn. So I bought like one of every color. So there's like 8 skeins on this wall for me to use, but I think I'm just gonna incorporate them into a blanket. So, because I think it'll be perfect for that, just, like a scrappy crochet granny stripe or whatever. So there's that. Okay, so that's all my works in progress, half finished object. And then, let's see. Oh, I did get some stuff in the mail recently that I'll talk about. So last week, or was it the week before? It was recently. I got an order from the Crazy Sock Lady shop. If you guys don't know, she does sell yarn and needles and, all kinds of fun stuff on her website. So I got this. It's from Mama Just Knits. It's called Oh My Gourd, I Love Fall. And I saw it on her website and I was like, yep, I have to have that. I had to have it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast this on next month for Thanksgiving, because I think these will be perfect November kind of colors. So there's that. Super soft, 75.25 by the way. And this is also 75.25. This is also from Kay's shop. It's from Sheep Dip Dye Works. It's called Mountain Home. It's like, there's some purple and green and blue and brown, and it's just all kinds of fun colors. So I thought these would make fun socks as well. I'll probably make my boyfriend socks out of these because these are kind of more manly colors in my opinion. And maybe there'll be enough left over for me. Who knows? So I'm loving that. And then I also got a package from Molly Klein Designs or Sweet Tea Yarns. And I ordered her, I won't show it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. She was selling her Christmas Advent skein from this year that was just separate without the minis. So I just ordered that and it's really surprising and really pretty. But I also ordered this is her Beauty and the Beast mini skein set, and they're 6 20-gram minis, and it was like a mystery surprise pack. But yeah, look at that. They're all, if you can see, they're all named after one of the Beauty and the Beast characters. And that was one of my favorite, oh, that's a better one. That was my favorite movie, or one of my favorite Disney movies as a kid. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet, but I loved it and I wanted to see what the yarns looked like, so I bought it. And then today in the mail, I ordered this a couple days ago and it came super fast. This is Silly Monsters from Mandy's Makings. Look at those. I'm kind of sad I didn't get this sooner because this would have been a good Halloween cast on. I suppose I could still cast it on, but we'll see. I have so many cast-ons right now that I should probably wait. So, but yeah, there's Mandy's Makings. And she's selling this in a share pair too. If you don't know what that is, you can look that up on her Etsy shop. But I just wanted the full skein with the mini, and it's a 20-gram mini. So yeah, I wanted that, and we'll see what I do with it. If I cast it on this month, next month, who knows? So I think that's it. Yeah, if you guys, have any questions or comments, or you want to look at my site, I'll try to link all this stuff below, any of the shops or yarns that I talk about. I'll link my shop below. I have some Christmas project bags in there, fall, Halloween. And then I do have a few progress keepers. I'm going to be putting up some more progress keepers, some Christmas ones that I'm making currently. And I did kind of re-release my Christmas bags. I wasn't going to until November 1st, but I decided, there are some people that start thinking about Christmas now. And so I put those up there. They're up for sale. There's all different kinds and patterns. There's zipper and drawstrings. So there should be something for everybody if you want to shoot on over there and take a look. And you can use the code CSL15 for 15% off everything in the shop until the end of the month. So I put that code out there for Kay's viewers. She showed my bags and stuff that I sent her on her podcast last week, if you haven't seen that. So go over there and check her out. I'm sure you guys are all fans of hers like I am and watch her podcast. So yeah, if you have any questions for me, just let me know. Add a comment down below. And hopefully I'll be recording more of these, and we'll have some more work and more works in progress, some progress on those the next time I see you. Thanks for stopping in, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.